Hey guys, and welcome back to Are You Hardcore? Firstly, it's been really nice to read some of the positive comments on my first video, especially as this was a kind of a, I don't know, it's a different style. Let's just say that. It's a different style of thing, and certainly very different to what I'm used to, especially recently. I mean, the last time I was doing things like this, it was streaming. And there's a lot less editing involved when you're streaming. But yeah, I'm really happy that people are liking this, so I shall continue. Anyway, the first 40 minutes went very, very well. We got our iron, which means we got our bucket, which is like the most important thing. That's as soon as you've got your bucket, you can actually start searching for portals and knocking them out and making headway. So yes, I've got that, and I've started off my armor, just a chest plate, and that is the reason why I am down in this cave right now, because I want to find myself some more iron, and I can see some right down there. Oop. It is dangerous, of course, and I'm taking this nice and slowly. I do have my potion, if I want to use that, but I need to be sure that this is like a cave that I want to use the potion on. But I probably will. But yes, I've also started pathways. I found 3 portals out of the 5 that have been revealed so far. The 5th one being revealed as soon as the 40 minutes were up. An interesting thing about the spawn mechanics of the portals. I'll let you into a little secret of the background and the coding behind making this. By the way, I just decided to take some damage there. Like, probably better if I just kill this guy. And so I braved the damage of the magma just to take that guy out. But yes, the portal spawning mechanics. It uses the spread players command, which people use that for kind of like spreading people for a UHC, things like that. But you can spread any entity. And the thing about it is that it won't put you into water or lava. I don't even think it puts you on lily pads. So that means that it won't actually, it'll have a hard time placing any portals in the swamp. I mean, if it's swamp land with trees and stuff, it can certainly do that, and it will place them on top of trees, as we know. But it won't place them in the water. So that big lake, that big swampy lake, that pretty much means no portals will be spawning over on that side. In the first 40 minutes... Hang on. Let's just wait for this moment, because I totally did not hear that guy coming up behind me. So this was actually one of the more dicey moments, but certainly something I can handle. Almost half my heart's there, and I can't eat yet, because I just eaten. Eating in Minecraft is a superpower, by the way. It just is. It's OP. Allowing you to heal that quickly, it's a real boost. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, in the first 40 minutes, I was saying, I took out those 3 portals, and they were all pretty much in the same area around the, what's that called over there? The savannah, which is right next to the swamp. Funnily enough, Cherry had exactly the same experience of finding a bunch of portals in that one area and getting really lucky with that. Anyway, in this episode, well, this 40 minutes, I should say, my main aims here are obviously to get some more iron, which I've just been doing, get myself properly armored up and feeling safer, and to complete a loop. This is really important. The loop is the biggest thing. You create a pathway around this planet, this 250 radius thing, because if you were paying close attention in the announcement video, I said that portals won't appear until they are within 64 blocks of you, which means you need to probably do a loop, say around, 180-ish. That will mean your vision, your 64 block radius will reach to the edge of the circle and as far in as it can as well, which means if you do a sort of rough loop around 180-ish, that's going to be good coverage, really good coverage for making all the portals spawn. So with that in mind, I'm using my potion, going for a run, and I decided actually to go out to the edge a little bit more. I'll tell you why. Because in my test run, I had one spawn right over here where I am now, over where I'm looking, here, right here. And it was just, I never found it because it was so far away, and just like it was behind a few little mounds, and it was just, I couldn't see it. I never found it in the end. I think it might have been an underground one, so I just never saw the magma on the ground. I wasted a little bit of my potion there by retreading my steps, but it was just because I didn't want to miss another portal in that area. Here I am with some pigs. I take any opportunity I can. When I'm near pigs, I go and grab some, because that is my food source for this game. I had decided at the very beginning. Anyway, guys, we're going to listen to a song. And this one is Shake You Off, which is a very nice song. I think it is by Marin or Marine, featuring Shell B. And yeah, this is one I played a lot on stream. It's very sweet. And it's good for keeping you pumped up and energized as well during a live stream, a long live stream. So yeah, you definitely need things to keep you pepped up. So yeah, so we're playing that in a moment. Just want to let you know that right now, I'm doing what I always do, and that is trying to fill gaps. Always be as efficient as possible. I do this whenever I'm playing Minecraft, but if I'm waiting to do something like being able to sleep, or like I'm cooking stuff up in a furnace, I always find something else to do. So I went up to survey the area, using netherrack, by the way, which is a very nice, handy, quick-to-break block. So it's good for doing these little pillar-ups. I will be doing that throughout the rest of the series. Anyway, this is Shake You Off. That's 4 portals open, which means I'm getting the first bad effect. And by the way, what I'm doing right now is leaving myself a trail of breadcrumbs. Just so I know where I've been in the trees. And there we go, I've spotted a portal, which I never would have seen, by the way, if I hadn't pillared up. So, yes, it's really useful to do this. And having something like netherrack, which is quick and easy to break, is also very useful. Yes, the forest is actually quite a hard place to spot where things are, so getting up high in it is really quite useful. "60 minutes elapsed, and right over there in the distance is another portal. So that was a lucky find. And I'm going to stave off the bad effects for a little while longer. So there you go, that was Shake You Off by Marin, or Marine, and Shelby. Very nice song, and if you liked it, there is a link in the description. This is royalty free, as all the music will be that I play on here, obviously, for obvious reasons. But yeah, you're going to be seeing me doing a lot of this, just pillaring all the way up, because honestly, it is very, very useful to get a bird's eye view on the situation. But yes, I'm going through the swamp at the moment, and yeah, where there's land, you're definitely going to have the ability to spawn portals. It's just whenever there's water, that's going to mean that portals aren't actually going to spawn there. This is something I kind of decided not to tell people right off the bat, because it's more about the belief that they could appear anywhere. I think that was important for the challenge, is that you have to go out and discover it. That's the point. Anyway, really important thing is about to happen right now, because we're about to complete our loop. This is really, really good, because that means that all we have to do now, whenever a portal or a few new portals open, all I have to do is do a circuit of that, and that covers so much of the area that, in theory, any of the portals that weren't spawned will now be spawned as soon as I do that circuit, because I'll be within 64 blocks of it at some point. Also, good to head back to the middle again, which I'm doing right now. I've decided, you know what, I'll head back to the middle to see if there are any portals here, and while I do, I'll go and sleep. And it's a good thing that I do, because there's a portal right there. And I sleep in the original place that the bed was. But I'm keeping the bed. Yes, it's always a good thing to keep on retracking your steps, because you never know where one of these portals is going to open up. The other interesting thing is when you've got, if you let it get to 4 portals open and you start getting the fire, which I did for a short while, it's not really that dangerous. It really isn't. Because it's so unlikely that you're actually going to get hit by one of the fires falling down. So, and even if it sets you on fire, you're pretty much guaranteed to have a bucket of water, because that's one of the main things that you need for this challenge. So it's not very dangerous at all. But what it does do is it draws your eye over, and when I'm doing something like this and I'm looking around trying to find magma, I keep looking at the fires. So yes, it is a nice thing if you can go around and put those out, but often that's just a bit of a waste of time as well. So yeah, not dangerous, but still a bit of a nuisance. Anyway, you probably noticed that I kind of wasted that potion. That was actually kind of purposeful, simply because I know that we're coming up to... What are we coming up to now? 70 minutes, which means I'm going to get a new potion refilled anyway. So I was wasting the potion, sort of wasting the potion, so that I didn't fully waste the potion. I was just using it whilst I had it. But yes, not seeing any magma or anything. So, I can leave that there just cooking, by the way. I know that this is spawn, which means that with spawn chunks always being active, I can just leave it there. There you go, potion refilled, and I can use this one. I think about using this one, but I need to get further this way so I'm not wasting it. By the way, you can do this. This is a kind of a shift, sprint, jump combo, and a lot of the time you don't take damage whilst you're doing it. So you can actually, if you do it well, get a bit of distance with that without taking any damage. Anyway, I was following the path, but I've turned off this way, because this is part of the loop that I didn't really fill in. This is over back into the savannah again, and I haven't really done this edge because I kind of cut off around the swamp and went back to the original loop. Got some pigs around here, and as I said before, if there are pigs, I'm going to stop to kill them. Ah, yes. Definitely always have to check up here, because you never know, like, you need to get up high, and if you're down low, you're not going to be able to see over the top of mounds like this. So it's a good thing to get up and have a look over the edge, just in case. But that's another portal open. Ouch. Which means we're only one away from the fire coming down again. Stop to make a whole load of slabs. So you're going to need those a lot. But I've been cracking open all the portals, which means I've got lots of wood anyway. Much nicer than when I played it in my test run and I wasn't getting any wood from breaking the portals. This is hilarious. I see that guy, I'm like, whoa, what the hell? And then I remember, hang on, this guy is literally rubbish. These guys, they're worse than skeletons, honestly. They're just not good. They're just simply not good. And if you've got a shield and a wine bottle, obviously, you can deal with them pretty quickly. It was kind of like that moment in Aladdin. You know that moment where Abu, the monkey, gets a sword and the guards are like, he's got a sword! And then the chief of the guards like, you idiot, we've all got swords! It was like that. It was like that moment. Suddenly realizing, wait a minute, this isn't dangerous. Anyway, I'm completing my my trek through this area now, through the savannah. I think later on I probably do go on top of the big, like, Ayers Rock behind me. But for now, I'm quite happy with just cutting off the loop around here. A good distance out. Really pretty, by the way. Look at that. With that sunset and everything. It's, yeah, these shaders are great. The one thing is it does bring my FPS down a little bit. Not too bad now, because I've got a new computer. The only difference I really found is it would just throw me off for little things. Just little things. Like, when I'm placing down these slabs, if I was playing it without any shaders on and everything's like smooth as butter, I probably wouldn't have any of the moments, or barely have any of the moments, where I accidentally place two on the same spot and then burn my toes. But yeah, I think it's worth it in the end. But yeah. Here we are, completing the loop. An important moment. There we are. I'm not sure why I did that. Stepped into the portal to have a look at the locator. I think now I've probably decided that I'm going to do a backwards loop. I'm going to go around the opposite way just to make sure that if any portal hasn't been discovered yet and it hasn't built itself yet, then I will be at some point within this loop within 64 blocks of it. And obviously I will keep on going up in my netherrack pillars just to see if I see anything. But anyway, we're coming up to the end of this episode now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the song. And yes, I will continue putting these out. I don't know if I will commit myself to keep doing this for the rest of the foreseeable future, but I certainly liked doing this, so I think I will continue. I think I will. Anyway, fire is coming down, and we will see what happens in the next episode. Bye. If you're taking part, why not join the Are You Hardcore Discord to chat with other players and post your videos? Remember that you can support the Mob Cave on Patreon to receive even cooler hardcore hats. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.